Okay, today we have one of our clients, William Belfar. And William, I would say it's you've been with us now for how long, William? About 3 months now, give or take.
3 or 4, give it three
Yeah,
or 4 months.
cool. All right. William, just kind of explain what is it that you actually do? What is the nature of your business?
Okay, well, I'm the clinical director of New Beginnings, which is a group of mental health care clinics based mainly in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York, but we are spreading throughout the country. I supervise a number of counselors. I actually have 14 right now. And in addition, I public speak. I do things sort of as an ambassador for New Beginnings. I talk, and I recently published a book called Mess to Success, which is about it's about what we do. We turn people's lives around. And that's what I do.
Right. Thank you. What was the situation that you were faced with before you made the decision to kind of hire a VA? What did life like slash business look like before you made that decision?
I had a lot of tedious work to do. I had things which really interfered with my supervision, the counselors, and it affected everything. It affected my ability to find new counselors, my ability to train counselors. Instead, I had to look through charts. I had to look through lists to find patients. I had to check demographics. It was just a lot of work that took hours and hours and just prevented me from doing really what I had to do, which is teach those who needed to be taught and counseled and supervised, as well as generating new business for the company and generating new revenue.
Was there any specific task that you wanted before you even hired a VA that you kind of had kind of articulated, okay, these are the things I want off my plate? Did you develop systems or processes for those tasks? Or did you just kind of jump into, let me just get a VA on board and then figure things out?
I didn't have any systems before the VA. I was just doing things on my own manually. When I first started with the VA, that's what she did too, but us working together, she and I, we developed systems because two minds are better than one. And she doesn't just do menial tasks for me. I consider her part of my team.
Yeah, I understand that. Sometimes people come to me and say, hey, look, the best way to get the best results is to have your systems and processes in place. However, I also know that when I ask a client to do that by themselves, they won't, because we find it really hard to get the process out of our head into some sort of step-by-step process. But when you're sitting with somebody who's taking notes as you are speaking or as you are doing, it happens kind of naturally. It's part of the onboarding, part of the experience there. So I totally understand. That's how I do it. If I had to sit there and actually do it myself, it's like a blank sheet of paper. Why did you choose to work with us? Obviously, you have a lot of choices when it comes to hiring VAs, including agencies and hiring direct. Why did you choose to work with us?
Well, one is you came through Paul O'Mahony's group, so I knew you. I also worked with you years ago when you were part of that other group, ABC. And I was impressed with you back then. I don't know about your partner that much, but I was impressed with you. And I know you left. I really didn't have the greatest experience there, but this was not the same. This has not been the same at all. And I remembered you.
I appreciate that. And probably what you experienced is probably one of the reasons that we parted ways. I just had a very different vision of how I wanted to service clients. You came through us, you hired your first VA. What were the first tasks that you assigned to your VA?
Really, the first thing was I taught her how to use the EMR, electronic medical records. She learned that very quickly. I taught her how to go through lists of patients, how to keep track of the counselors. And then it was interesting, then she was able to find patients who weren't receiving therapy, they were just receiving medications. And she went through lists of like 5,000 people and she found hundreds for me. She's done quite I'll tell you the truth. I work with the people I work with. They think I was doing it all. They actually gave me more assignments because they were so impressed with my work. It was really her work. She has more work now.
That's great. That's understandable. In what other ways has the VA helped you? That's one example. Any other key examples that you can give on the types of works you delegated to her that she is now managing on your behalf?
Right, so a lot of these tedious tasks she does, I don't have to do. There's a 12-hour difference, so every night we meet at 10 p.m. and it's our 10 a.m. We go over the whole day. We go over what's been done. We go over the counselors. We go over how many patients they've seen, how many patients they have seen. These tasks, not only do I not have to do them, but now I can evaluate what's been done and analyze what's been done. And she presents all this data to me. And it's very easy to analyze and to change things. In fact, she's been great, but there's been turnover because of things she's found with some of the counselors. I've actually replaced counselors because of some of the work she's done, and my numbers are way up now. And in fact, we're doing it with a less amount of counselors. So the expenses are down, yet the revenue is up.
That's awesome. So can you quantify, not in literal numbers, but maybe percentage increase or increase in revenue and decrease in cost? If you had to kind of ballpark, what would you say a key metric that you can kind of point to by having a VA on your team?
Well, let's just say, I know kind of the numbers now, approaching 300. Let's just, I'm not going to give like dollar numbers. They started around 150 and now they're 300. So in the 3 or 4 months, they've doubled.
Okay, so doubled. Is that double the revenue?
Yes, it's double the revenue, yeah.
Double the revenue. In 3-4 months of having the VA come in, take that stuff off your plate, find the discrepancies or find opportunities and then basically bring it to your attention, and then you're taking corrective measures.
I mean, I could tell you another thing she's done now that I think about it. As I talk, this is one of the things too. When I talk to her every night, things start coming to me. As I'm talking to you right now about her, things are coming to me. I went to St. Louis last week, and I went on like a conference. And I know that if I leave, things will be taken care of. Everything will be done. Like, yes, I can't speak to her. Yeah, I can actually. I'm in St. Louis. It's virtual. What am I talking about? But because of the work she's doing, it allowed me to go to the conference. I just happened to meet a psychiatrist there who works in Pennsylvania. And guess what? We signed her under contract.
Got it. So it's freeing you up to kind of do higher level networking, strategic thinking, basically growing your business, not stuck in the tedious aspects of the business.
Yeah. So like, even though it's not a direct thing she did, it's an indirect thing. Like, I wouldn't have been able to go if she wasn't there.
Absolutely. Awesome. If you had to kind of leave a word of recommendation or advice for somebody listening to this that was thinking about working with a VA, whether it's a VA, one of our VAs, but just in general, like a lot of the two types of entrepreneurs, there are entrepreneurs who do I need a VA category, and there's people who are like, I need a VA, but who do I work with? What are your kind of parting words here?
All right. I'm going to quote Raymond Aaron, who's the publisher of my book when it comes to this. If you want to be successful in life, outsource. If you want to be poor, don't outsource.
Hey, awesome. Well, I appreciate the simplicity of your answer. William, again, thank you so much for joining me and kind of sharing a little bit of your case study of your experience of working with us and your VA. I truly appreciate it. Have a good day.
Thank you so much.